history matters. Brooklyn's not for sale. Black history matters. Brooklyn's not for sale. Black history matters. Brooklyn's not for sale.
It's critical for us to be part of reminding the people of New York, the people of Brooklyn, the people of this country, the people of the world, that resistance matters and that it changed the course of history.
History matters. Brooklyn's not for sale. Black history matters. Brooklyn's not for sale. Black history matters. Brooklyn's not for sale.
We were fortunate, with the help of one of our former board members, Mama Joy Chattel, to actually fight an eminent domain case to demolish these buildings and demolish this history, and we were successful back then. But where we weren't successful at that moment was to actually take this and keep it for posterity and turn this into a landmark.
The ground that we're standing on right now is sacred, and that this building is a part of history and it needs to be saved. And you know, we're losing pieces and bits of history and pieces of Brooklyn, and this is a historic site. There's actual tunnels underneath and basement that show you the route that, you know, slaves went through to avoid slavery, and then, you know, the abolitionists held them here. So the ground we're standing on is more sacred than we even know.
Everybody that lived on these 2 blocks, they were abolitionists. I want you to think about it. Underground Railroad activity in the 1840s and the 1830s and the 1850s, it was illegal. It was illegal to help blacks escape to freedom, even here in New York City.
How do you think that the demolition of this house kind of fits into a larger story of gentrification in Brooklyn?
Well, first of all, former Mayor Bloomberg, this was part of his plan. Like, he literally laid out a plan for this part of Brooklyn that included the demolition of all of these buildings, right? Mm-hmm. And so to recognize the degree of arrogance that was part of that plan and the lack of concern for those who lived here, he actually tried to declare eminent domain to take it over, to try and say it was in the state's best interest. So that is the lawsuit that Mama Joy fought in support by Brooklyn Legal Services.
Black history matters. Brooklyn's not for sale. Black history matters. Brooklyn's not for sale.
The idea is not just necessarily to do litigation. The idea is to galvanize the community around the issues. Litigation is only a tool. You use that tool with all of the other tools that you have. So even if the litigation is not successful, you may bring the people who you're trying to convince to the bargaining table.